Here we are together again on the radio. And an anonymous listener has written in. Here's what he says. I am the person that you're always talking about. Made all the mistakes in the book. Now, says our anonymous writer, I need redemption. Please help. I was 16 and a half when I hooked up with my high school sweetheart. Things were lousy even at the beginning. But I still went on and got her pregnant. Stupid me. Anyway, I stuck around because I didn't want to be the loser dad that I had who left mom when I was 2. Oh, wrong again! As soon as we turned 18, I married the chick. Wrong again. I had intentions of making it work. Let me just tell you this. Since day one, when I found out that I was to be a father, I took that role seriously and responsibly. I got a full-time job and still went to school. Thanks to my mom and good mentor, I did graduate. Chemistry degree out of UC Irvine. Anyway, the love of my life and I had fights and everything in the book. She was a control freak, yet lazy as heck. Didn't cook, clean, or care for our baby properly. Stupid me, I stuck around. We got separated once, and my dumb ass came back for seconds. Got her pregnant again! Anyway, 2 kids later, 7.5 years wasted. What are you, 24 now? Oh, boy. I need your help. He says, I don't love her. I make good money, and what scares me is that I'll be making even more money very soon. Oh, you are screwed. I hate the bitch, but feel guilty leaving. I know you're misunderstood when you say don't marry young. You always say that if you're sure about marriage, it should be a lifelong commitment. I agree. Father, what should I do, says our anonymous writer. I have an awesome relationship with all her family, except her bitch sisters, who wield most of the influence, I'll bet, who are with lowlifes that don't want to better themselves. My kids adore me, and that is what really hurts. I am over my bitch wife. That's not the problem. It's the fact that I feel my kids will hate me for leaving. Please advise your son. Well, let me point out, first of all, to all the young men out there thinking of hooking up with their high school sweetheart at 16 and a half, thinking of having sex without a condom, thinking of having a baby. This is what you have to look forward to. This is what you get. Think long and hard about it, boys. You're not the exception to the rule. You're not smarter than the other guys. This is not a unique woman whose love will last an eternity. She's just like the others, and so are you. Stop having that egotistical attitude that you're better, you're smarter. You've been spending more time getting to know her, and you know it's going to work, because at 16 and a half, you don't know crap. How do I know? I got married at 18! Moved in with my girlfriend at 17! I did what this guy did and what you're thinking of doing. I did it. Thank God I didn't want to have children. Thank God I'm an atheist, but thank God I didn't want to have kids. Because if I did what she wanted and had kids with her, I wouldn't be here talking to you today. I'd be in Brooklyn, living in an apartment, working at a day job, trying to figure out how to pay for my daughter's wedding. Thank God I didn't do that. You have to disabuse yourself of the notion that getting married, having babies is the right thing to do, certainly at 16 and a half, at 18, at 20, at 22, at 24. No, 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 no. And my advice for our letter writer is as follows. Just because you don't live at the same address as your kids doesn't mean you can't be a good dad. You do not owe it to anybody to live your life miserable. And I don't think you should. And you're going to have to pay the consequences for having been stupid. But it's a lot better to leave and have your kids ask why you have to leave and why you're not around all the time than it is to live for 21 years with a bitch. And by the way, the part you haven't thought about is how good would it be for your kids to see you miserable all the time. Don't assume they're stupid. Kids aren't stupid. And even if they can't intellectualize everything or verbalize their feelings all the time or they're afraid to say anything, kids can feel. They're smart. They are emotionally smart. And if you're unhappy and you two are sniping at each other, don't think they don't soak it up like a sponge. They do. You are better off getting the hell out of there, staying close to your kids, demanding joint custody, and then moving on with your life. That's my opinion. It just doesn't work. It doesn't work. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't have done it. And, you know, I hear from so many guys like this, so many of them. And they all think they're smarter than the professor. They all think they know more. They all try to do it their way. Then they later have to call up with their tails between their legs, and I hear from you boys all the time. You're not smarter than the other people. The girl you're with is not better or more loving or more likely to stay with you or more likely to make your dinner, more likely to do your laundry, more likely to be faithful than the other girls. She's just not. 80% of marriages like this one, 80, 4 out of 5, end in divorce. 4 out of 5. How many times do I have to say this? I feel like a broken record. How many times do I have to say, no getting married young, no having babies young, and telling guys there's nothing in it for them to get married? How many times do I have to say it? Honestly, and without being facetious, I do get tired of getting the same call over and over from the morons who call in here and didn't pay attention to what I've been telling them. And then they want advice, like this guy. Now tell me what to do. Now tell me what to do. What do I do now? I told you what to do. You thought you knew better, and you didn't, did you? I'll be happy to hear your responses.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Hit it, hit it, hit it. Quit it. The Tom Leykis Show.
97.1.
KLSX Free FM.
The Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Anna on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Anna.
How are you?
Do you care, Anna?
Of course I do.
I'm doing great.
That's good. Okay, well, I'm a little scared here because I don't want to turn into one of those bitches.
You don't want to?
No, I don't. And I've been in this relationship with my boyfriend for almost 5 years.
And you're how old?
21.
Very bad. All right, go ahead.
And we have a serious relationship. Everything's really good right now. You know, he hangs out with his guy friends. I hang out with my girlfriends. Everything's really cool. Everything's really good. Okay. And we're both not even planning on getting married until we are completely done with school. And we are financially ready and emotionally, you know, everything ready. You know what I mean. And I'm just really scared that as soon as that actually does happen, I don't want everything to go away. I don't want to turn into one of those women who you're talking about.
But, dear, you're too young to even have a serious relationship like the one you have, as much as you think you're not.
Yeah.
You are.
No, 'cause what?
You are.
I know, it's just, I don't know. I really like, you know, spending time with him and everything.
But what do you have to compare it to?
It's true, nothing really.
Right. And what about him? Is he your age?
Yeah, he is. He's a little bit older than me.
What does he have to compare it to?
Nothing, but, like, okay, because we've broken up. We've been on and off, and he's always he's always wanted to be with me back again.
Well, but he's too young to know any better.
Yeah.
And so are you.
I mean, is there any way really out of it? Like, you know, without completely ruining everything?
Well, dear, I mean, you're either dating various people or you're not. You could date him, too.
I just don't know if he'd really be up to that because we're both kind of like old-fashioned. Like, we've grown up, you know, with parents.
Well, you're not old-fashioned because you're having sex with each other since you were 16. Nothing old-fashioned about that, dear.
Not really, actually. Not till we were, like, 18.
Oh, wow. So you were a virgin when you had sex with him?
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah or yeah?
Yeah.
Is that a yes?
Yes.
And what about him?
Yes.
He was a virgin?
Yeah.
Right. And how much older is he than you?
5 months.
So he's the same age as you, dear.
Yeah.
All right, so you each have been with one person.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it?
Yeah.
And you're telling me when you were broken up, he didn't have sex with anybody else?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't think so because...
Come on.
He doesn't really have that many... he doesn't really know that many girls, so...
You don't have to know a girl all that well to get laid. You're showing your lack of experience here, dear.
Yeah.
Do you know I've had sex with women I don't know their last name?
See, I can't, like, see myself doing that.
But he's a guy. I can't see him not doing it.
Yeah.
You see?
I don't know.
And you don't even want to know. You haven't even asked him if he did that.
No, I don't. I'd rather not know.
You'd rather not know. Dear, that's because you're immature. I mean, why wouldn't you want to know that?
Because I'd rather not think of, you know, what he could be doing.
He's a guy.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
Let's say he told you that he was, until he saw you again, he's going to hold his breath. Would you believe it?
If what?
Let's say he said, well, we're breaking up, but while I'm gone, I'm going to hold my breath. Would you believe that?
No.
How about if he said, I'm not going to eat?
No, I wouldn't.
What if he said, I'm not going to urinate until I see you again?
No, I wouldn't.
Right, so why would you believe he's not going to ejaculate?
Well, I mean, I'm sure he does, but
I
just don't need to know the details about it.
Well, I didn't say to know the details. Don't you want to know if he was with someone else?
Well, yeah.
Don't you want to know if he has any experience? Not so you can be jealous or give him a hard time, but so you know. What, doesn't he have anything to compare you to? I'm telling you, dear, unless you have something else to compare or several someone else's to compare, you don't know if this is the best situation. And that's fine when you're 21 or 16 or whatever. When you're 27 or you're 29 or you're 31, you're at the office, and the two of you are working on your careers, whatever you're doing, and suddenly you meet somebody else who works at the desk next to you, or he meets somebody else at work. You don't know what's going to happen once you get to that point when you realize you've missed out on all this stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
And I'm telling you that people I know who didn't have sex when they were with various people when they were 16, 17, 18, 19, later on they eventually will find out what they missed.
Not only that, but I don't want to cross my expiration date, like you say.
Well, that's why you need to be having your fun now, dear.
Yeah. That's true. I don't know. I'm like so...
If you don't want to hurt the man you eventually marry later, you need to have your fun now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I guess it's like... I guess I'm just scared.
Of what?
Losing him completely.
Dear, you might.
I know. And that's not something that I actually really want.
Yeah, well, guess what? Guess what? Later on, when you're 28 and hornier than you are today, and a nice, young, strapping pizza guy comes to deliver your Domino's pizza, and you decide it might be interesting to invite him in, you're going to hurt him a lot more.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't see myself doing that, but then again...
That's because you're 21, dear.
Yeah.
You haven't been 27 or 30 or 32 yet.
Mm-hmm.
I have.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you. Will you give that some thought, dear?
Yeah, I guess I will.
All right. Good luck.
See what happens.
Yeah, I'll see what happens.
I don't know. Yeah.
Now what?
I just don't want to, but I guess that would happen. It might be worse later on.
It would be.
But do you think that goes the same for him?
Yes. Did you go to the prom?
Yeah.
Why?
Did I go to the prom? Yeah.
Why did you go?
To experience, to actually have, like, a memory.
Right.
But we split it. Like, he didn't pay for me.
No, but let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't go to the prom, would you always wonder what you missed?
Yes.
Yeah, and the same thing is true about dating other guys, dear.
Okay. Sometimes I just don't think that I'm actually, like... I know this is really bad, but I just don't think that I'm, like, kind of good-looking enough or something.
Oh,
again, everyone always tells
now
me,
look how sad that would be. You're staying with this guy because you don't think you're good-looking enough to get anybody else.
No, I don't think that. I mean, I know why I'm still with him. Because I've also dated other guys, and I know how they treat me.
That's part of it. Let me ask you another question, dear.
Yes.
What does he do for a living?
He works he's a sales associate right now.
So he skipped college?
No, he's going to college.
What is he studying?
He's going into real estate.
He's not going to college for that.
No, but he's he's trying to get his BA in business and also get his real estate license.
Right, and what year is he in at 21?
He's in his third year.
Okay. And are you going to school?
Yes, I am.
What are you studying?
I'm actually going into child development, preschool teaching.
So you're in college?
Yes.
And I'm not talking about DeVry Technical Institute or community college. I'm talking about a real college. Are you going to a real college?
No, not yet.
All right, so you're going to community college.
No, I'm actually just I'm getting my certificate.
How do you do that? Off the back of a box of cereal? How do you do that?
No, I go it's a vocational school, and I just get my units.
So it is DeVry Technical Institute or one of the...
No, it's not DeVry specifically.
ITT, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
University of Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
It's actually... it's right next... It's actually Pierce. Going to Pierce, and then there's a school right next to it.
Oh, the school right next to it. Not Pierce College, the school right next to it.
Because I haven't started...
The Draw Winky Academy of Art. You can't even tell us the name. You're so embarrassed. You don't even want to tell us the name of the school.
No, it's not like that.
What's the name of it?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I've only gone... No, because I haven't even registered there yet.
So you're not going to school?
I am. I'm going to...
No, you're thinking about going.
No, I'm going to Pierce right now.
You just said you were not going to Pierce. You were going to the school next door.
No, I'm going to Pierce, and then I'm also going to be... I'm taking 2 different classes because I'm going to 2 different schools.
Oh, yeah. What are you studying at Pierce College, dear?
I'm taking ECE.
EC?
ECE, yes. Early Childhood Education.
I see. And then why do you need to go to the other school if you're going to Pierce studying that? Why?
To get my units or to get my credits sooner.
I see. All right. Well, dear, I wish you all the luck in the world.
Thank you.
I know you'll be calling me back one day and telling me that I knew what I was talking about, dear.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Like so many others. How often do you listen to this show?
Oh, every day coming home from work.
How many times have you heard someone call in and say that I knew what I was talking about and they didn't?
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you do, but I don't know, for some reason I strongly believe in following my heart.
Everyone does. Everyone does. Everyone believes that.
And, okay, if the relationship is so good, and if you're really happy where you are, like, why?
Because at 21, you don't know what it's like to be 28.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
Life changes. People change. Things happen.
Yeah.
And we'll see how you feel when you've got a kid and you're sitting home all day long playing Shrek 4 on the DVD. And your boyfriend will then be your husband. He'll be out working on real estate or whatever while you're stuck at home all the time.
No, I believe...
Gaining weight, feeling sorry for yourself, not having any adult conversation.
I can't...
160 pounds.
No way.
Yeah. How much do you weigh now, dear?
I weigh 115.
115, you're how tall?
I'm 5'4".
5'4". Little junk in the trunk.
What?
A little junk in the trunk.
No way. I'm like, I exercise and everything.
Oh.
I have a flat, but I've got like a bigger chest, so.
Mm-hmm. There, trust me when I tell you, when you're 28 and you've got your little 4-year-old or whatever, and you're stuck at home all the time, life's going to be a lot different than it is now.
I don't know.
And you think it's going to be wonderful. It's going to be a fairy tale.
No, I don't think it's going to be like a fairy tale.
Yeah, well, when you're sitting home by yourself all day, you know, watching DVDs of The Little Mermaid and over and over and over. Yeah, we'll see.
No, because I'd be working too.
Yeah. Who's going to be taking care of your kid?
I will.
No, you're going to be working.
In the morning. Well, once they go to school, I'll hire, like, a babysitter.
Sure, yes, and that's so reasonably priced. Most people have a hard time getting child care because it's hard to find the child care that costs less than what they make going to work.
See, it depends on what kind of area you live in.
All right, dear. All right, you've got it all figured out. I don't know anything.
No, I know, but
yeah, good luck. You know more than I do. I can see it right now. Right?
No, I don't know. I feel like a little bit different, you know.
I know. That's how you feel, dear. You know, that's how I felt when I was 18. I was ruling the world. I was in the perfect relationship. We were together all the time. It was perfect.
Well, because if you go around it the smarter way, like, isn't...
See, you think you're smarter than the other people. Great. And that's the people who bet in Las Vegas and pick a particular number think they're smarter than people who pick another particular number. People who play lotto think they've picked the right 6 numbers and everyone else picked the wrong numbers. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you.
Oh, man.
So, good luck, dear.
Tom Leykis.
Tom Leykis?
Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
So everything men do is tied directly to whether they're going to get laid or not.
Tied directly to our members, yeah. It is.
Everything. It's the Tom Leykis Show.
Los Angeles, it's the Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Brett on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello, Brett.
Hi, how are you?
Great.
And yes, I do care.
Good.
I've enjoyed your show since I've been listening. But I'd like to just say that I want to make sure the gentlemen out there know that it's not only them who are dealing with getting married very young and then being stuck paying child support for children and having to be the only ones who are really taking care of them. I mean, I've been a single mother since I was 17 years old, and I'm 32 now.
Why'd you do that, by the way?
Oh, well, I was one of those raised as a Mormon girl and went a little wild, do you understand? Married the first man I had sex with and found out that he didn't want to work. He enjoyed smoking.
So the Mormon Church advocates fornication, premarital sex.
Say that again?
So you're telling us the Mormon Church advocates premarital sex?
I'm telling you they don't. I
see.
went the exact opposite way. Do you understand?
Well, all right. So then you didn't have to have the baby, did you?
No, I did not. But my belief did, I think, had a lot to do with me not wanting to. Also, my boyfriend wanted to have the baby as well. And you know what, Tom? The younger girl you were speaking to earlier, she really should listen to what you are saying because you are absolutely right. You should never get married that young. You should never consider having children that young. It destroys your life, and it destroys the children's lives that you're bringing into this world. I mean, they could have such a better life if you were older and more set in your life and prepared financially, prepared emotionally, which at 21 years old, I'm sorry, but you are not emotionally prepared to have a child.
Well, she is just heading for that brick wall. That call really was really obvious to me.
Right. But, you know, you are absolutely right, and I just want the men to know that there are women out there who are dealing with the same issues. I'm also a family law paralegal, so I see a lot of both sides of the story between men and women. And, you know, men are just as vicious as women are in a divorce proceeding. And it's not always the woman who stays at home. Sometimes the man's the one who stays at home, and he has to get paid spousal maintenance.
But dear, that's like man bites dog. It sometimes is a very loaded word. It happens very rarely.
But there are also, these men also should know that there are attorneys.
You know what I always say? There's people who jump off the 10th story, out of a 10th-story window and survive.
Yeah.
But there just aren't many.
No, that sounds like me, though.
I bet it does.
You know, these guys need to know, too, that there are attorneys out here that fight for fathers' rights. They fight just for fathers' rights, and they are vicious. Actually, one of them knows you here in Phoenix. I think he's going to be showing up at your show on Thursday you have out here.
I don't think he knows me. Maybe he listens
to the show. He says he's met you a few times. He used to live out in L.A. Really? I'm not going to say his name, but he's a big black man.
A big black man.
Big black man.
Big black attorney.
Pardon me?
A big black attorney.
Oh, yeah, he's great.
All right.
But anyhow, I just wanted you guys to know you're not the only ones who are dealing with it. There are us women out here who are dealing with this stuff, too, and, you know...
Just not many of you.
No, there aren't many of us, but you know what? I can tell you...
There are exceptions to every rule. As we say on the Tom Leykis Show, even a broken clock is right twice a day.
There you go. And you know what? I don't have boyfriends because I don't have time for them, and most of them are a little bit afraid of me because I have control of my entire life.
So are you still a Mormon, dear?
No.
No.
Everybody else in my family is, though.
So, but now you're busy just having sex with whoever you have time for.
Like myself, yes.
Oh, there we go. Very good. Well, I'll send you a couple of D batteries there, dear.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you, Tom, and you have a great night.
All right.
Can you take me out with one of those blow-me-ups?
Of course I can. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Jared on the Tom Leykis Show. That Subway commercial ruined the name Jared permanently. Hello.
Hey, Father. How you doing?
Doing okay, Jared.
Hey, got a question for you. First of all, just wanted to say we love you here in Phoenix. Cannot wait to have you here. Going to be out there probably buying you a beer or something. Who knows? Anyway, but I've been dating a girl, good girlfriend, off and on for about 3 years, right? Tuned into the show when you got here in Phoenix a few months ago, and, you know, started actually listening to everything these guys had to say. Of course, I did the whole routine like what you're talking about. No, it's not me. I know more, blah, 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 right? Started really listening, right? And today kind of caught my attention. I was just like, why get married? Like honestly, like we have a good relationship. We work well together. Why take the plunge and ruin it? Because, I mean, from what I hear, I mean, I'm 22. I don't have the experience, obviously. But from what I hear, these poor guys that go through this end up getting screwed in the end, you know?
That's
and
right.
I don't see any person being worth that.
Well, there's certainly no man who's going to benefit from getting married.
Yeah, and let's see, that's the depressing part. You know, when you're a little kid or whatever, your mom talks to you about getting married to a beautiful girl someday, you know, so you get that kind of ingrained in your head as a little kid. I mean, is there any way to actually have a successful marriage someday? I mean...
Well, you know, just like there's a way you could spin the wheel of fortune, and you might fall on what you picked, you know, but
big money.
Yeah, well, Jared, let me ask you a question. Your parents still together?
Actually, unfortunately, my mom passed away a couple years ago.
Okay.
But they were married up until that point. My dad got remarried actually the following May.
Following May?
Yeah, pretty quick.
That didn't take long.
No.
You kind of did an Art Bell.
Did a what?
Did an Art Bell.
I guess you could say that. I don't know. Me and my dad, we haven't really been...
He didn't go to the Philippines for a mail-order bride or anything, did he?
No. Actually, to tell you the truth, something weird. He ended up marrying my best friend's mom.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
He didn't know you'd already done her. What?
Huh?
No, nothing. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, it was kind of a weird situation. And then, so we had all that turmoil going on, right? And then my uncle in Colorado ends up coming out with his wife saying he's had an affair for the last 3 years.
Wow, so everything's kind of unraveling here.
Yeah, so I mean, this whole thing growing up, you know, Christian home, seeing a good marriage and stuff like that, starting to come out into the world on my own, seeing really what marriage is all about, it kind of scares me a little bit. And I mean, my girlfriend, she is like typical situation. She's a good girl, love her to death, you know, and at the mall today. I used to work at a jewelry store, so I went back and said hi to some people. And she's like, so when are you guys getting married? And I was just like,
Yeah.
I've been listening to Dad a little bit too much.
Well, no, you've been listening just about the right amount. And, of course, you know the deal. She doesn't have your name on that contract yet.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see how nice a girl she is after she's gotten you to sign.
Well, yeah, I saw my uncle. I mean, he cheated, right? I mean, obviously... is bad on that one, but I can understand from hearing this show maybe where he's coming from on that. He was a doctor, and his practice is completely gone. He's half of everything.
You've heard me talk about that on the air with people who are aspiring doctors, haven't you?
Yeah.
And aspiring lawyers.
I'm listening, and I'm going, come on, guys, watch yourself. I mean, if you're going to get married, why not do a prenup? If she's opposed to a prenup, then there's something else going on there. Right?
She wants what you're going to earn. That's what's going on.
Exactly. Well, I've told my girlfriend a few times, and we've talked about it, and I'm like, the way I see it, I said, if everything's good with us, and things are going that way, and we're both old enough and able to handle it, you know, I said, maybe, but you're going to have to earn it. You're going to have to get to that point where I want to go plop, you know, 10 grand down in a ring and, you know, put my butt out there.
You got nothing to gain there, Jared.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-866. The Tom Leykis Show.
KLSX.
Free FM.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Ted. Hello. Ted.
Hello.
Yeah, we got less than a minute, Ted, so you got to step up the pace here.
Hey, I'm sorry about that, Tom. First off, real quick, just want to say you're brilliant. I love you. You're my brother, and hope to meet you someday. But at any rate, I'm living a nightmare. I have a 5-year-old daughter, great girl. I'm not with her mother. Unfortunately, I feel like the only thing we've ever had is sexual chemistry, and I ended up getting her pregnant again. So
how many times? Twice?
Yeah.
Why'd you do that?
You know, I was thinking with the wrong head, as they say.
Yeah, but you could have worn a condom and had sex.
I I cannot dispute that. I'm my worst enemy. My whole point of the call is just to reach out to your listeners as you do every day and just let them know that it's a nightmare. It's a total nightmare.
Don't be doing what Ted did, folks. Don't be doing that.
The Tom Leykis Show.